was gonna say let's utilize the screen, but we ain't got to. I'll give it a second real quick. All right, look. If you just tuning in, share it. I'm gonna get the class started. Thinking about officially moving this class from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So that was the delay. It'll be a whole lot better if I switch it to 5 to 7. So just bear with us. About 3 more minutes, we'll start. I want y'all to get y'all shares up, man. This is about to be a heavy topic. You understand? Heavy topic. Alright. Give y'all some time. And also, man, let me get some questions in here. I know it's 1,000 people hate, you understand, what we do in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Come on with your questions. So a lot of people got questions about who we are. Come on with your questions. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, just want to know why we wear these type of hats. And, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, what's the difference between all Israel? Man, it don't matter. It's whatever question you got. How we going to take over Milwaukee? How is it that black people, you know what I'm saying, are going to get out of the state that we in now? It's a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, you can have questions about that we can get into. The biggest thing I want you to do is not lose hope. You understand? Losing hope is why white people done beat you down to a bloody pulp, so you can lose hope. When you lose hope, you ain't got no fight. When you ain't got no fight, shit, you out the game. So, you know, give y'all a couple more minutes. Share it. Give me some questions. You know what I'm saying? Give me some work. Test my intellect. You know what I'm saying? Test the wisdom of the Lord. Do it. Tell your Christian pastor, right, that you can use the oil, right? Put oil on your hands too. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what they like to do? They like to take the oil and on your forehead and then punch you in the forehead and knock your ass out. Oh man. All right, no sweat. This is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Milwaukee. All right, I got some heavy topics to bring out today. First, I want to say big up to Commander General Yahanna. You understand? Clap it up for Commander General Yahanna. You know what I'm saying? He was on a Russian news interview from one of the top Russian channels or stations that look at what's happening in America,
right,
and want to figure out why is it that we being oppressed in, or want the world to hear from a man who is black in America, who's been dealing with oppression and captivity for a very long time and racism for a very long time. Very well versed Commander General Yahanna, the only leader for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
that's right.
You understand? On earth today, underneath Christ. So it was a very heavy interview. I watched it. I shared it. I think everybody should share it. And if you really want some real answers, why don't y'all just send a simple email to the Breakfast Club and get him on there and see what happens.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Get him on Vlad. Put him on CNN. See what happens. Won't you see how if you get Commander General Yahanna on a world stage, every black leader that there was, from Jesse Jackson to Al Sharpton, all of them are going to become irrelevant. They all going to become irrelevant. But the people have to request it. So, nevertheless, man, big up to Commander General Yahanna. Also, I want to say, what else happened in the world of Israel? You know what I'm saying? Big up to Trooper Kaya Allah for being raised up. You know what I'm saying? Big him up. Schools all over. Big up to Officer Kodash Zion. You know what I mean? In Minnesota, standing up and getting them boot kisses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We known as being the boot kiss. You know what I'm saying? This is where the boot kisses happen. So if you just go on YouTube and you type boot kiss, we pop up.
Right.
And the world also wants to know, how are y'all doing this? Well, Russia are against America. And these other nations are now going to put a microscope on America to justify going to war with America.
Right.
And it ain't because of what they're doing with black people, but that probably will be the catalyst of why they say, yeah, I'm saying they'll be going to war with them. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, let's get into the topic. So if there ain't no questions, which I don't see any questions online, the first topic I want to get into is going to be about photos of black men, women killed by law enforcement, found hanging from tree in Riverside Park. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Alright, no sweat. Yeah, that's it. This is Milwaukee County Sheriff. You got the article? Alright, no sweat.
This is from WVTM 13 in Milwaukee. Someone hung the photos of 6 black victims of violence by nooses from a tree in Milwaukee.
Hold on, wait. Say what?
Someone hung the photos of 6 black victims of violence by nooses.
By what?
By nooses.
Give me Ezekiel 35:5, Lamont. You understand? Keep reading. By what?
By nooses.
You understand that blacks in America and Hispanics in America have been systematically terrorized with murder and lynches for centuries here in America, right?
Okay.
And what's crazy about it is, oh, 1 second, let me get the rest of this article. What's crazy about it is that this is a terroristic tactic. You understand? Like, because we look at nooses and we're terrified of them because of the Ku Klux Klan and what they did to blacks and Hispanics centuries ago and even up to today. For white people to do that lets you know how much they hate you. And there's nothing you can do to make these people love you.
Right.
Right? With that being said, why is it necessary for us to continue to try to make them love us? It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So Read some more.
Colonel
Read
McCon.
from the top, please.
Someone hung the photos.
They say, Salaki. They say someone hung the photos. Let me tell y'all something about these devils, man. Our oppressors will not go down without a fight. You understand?
That's right.
They will not go down without a fight. They told, you understand, they are described about in the scriptures as being prideful. You understand? And if they think that they like the Most High, why do you think they're going to go down without a fight?
Right.
This kingdom was incepted on racism. Like America was built on racism, and racism worked for them. Why would they just give it away because you march and twerk in the streets?
Right.
You understand? And loot your own damn neighborhoods up. Meanwhile, not one, and I'm not telling y'all to do this, but not one white suburb has been looted or anything. You understand? But, you know, you're giving so-called white America a sign, and these militia groups that have been training for a very long time with firearms and hand-to-hand tactics and warfare, you're giving them the taunt that like you would give a lion. You taunting them like a lion with meat, and they are hungry for blood, right? And when you do this, you make these people want to go to war. And if you didn't think these white militia groups are ready to hit back and strike back and come to your neighborhoods and shoot things up, then you a fool.
Right.
You're a fool. Because one thing we know in the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K in Milwaukee is this, that these people started off hating us.
Right.
And they will end hating us.
Right.
This ain't something that we say, oh, we hate white people because of what they done to us, you understand, in America, which is a justified hatred. Like, that's a justified hatred against the people who are committing acts of violence and murder and war against your people for 400 years. We've endured this oppression for a very long time. But you understand, like, we need to be able to realize that what we're dealing with happened eons ago.
Right.
It's not just current stages of life in what you would call the modern era. This has been happening in the Iron Age. It's been happening in the Middle Ages. It's been happening in the Biblical Ages. You see what I'm saying? These are things that we have always had to endure from this race of people, and it's been a perpetual thing.
That's right.
Read, you got more?
Colonel McCon.
Read.
Someone hung the photos of 6 black victims of violence by nooses from a tree in Milwaukee.
By what?
By nooses from a tree in Milwaukee.
Now, basically, they re-lynched these brothers. You understand? They re-lynched these men. And see, they know how to play psychological warfare with you. You see what I'm saying? To provoke you into doing something crazy that they say, oh, we're just defending our neighborhood.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Well, now we're just defending. They know how to taunt you, employ you, and bait you into doing something that you don't need to do. And without the leader of the Israelite school of I.S.U.P.K, Commander General Yahanna, this could go very bad. Because they're not going to continue to let you burn down their revenue.
Right.
They're not going to continue to let you burn down their cities.
Right.
After a while, they are going to mobilize and shoot you up.
Right.
They're going to go to war, and then blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't stand a chance.
Right.
I'm not saying that we're not a strong people, but man, without a moral compass and without the sense of brotherhood and without the sense of identity and culture, we stand no chance. Because if we don't know where we came from, how will we know where we're going?
Right.
And where we came from was a spot that we knew that these people always had a perpetual hatred on us. And that's what I want to get after you done reading. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. The photos included Breonna Taylor, Eric Gardner, Botham Jean, Ahmaud Arbery, Michael Brown, and Trayvon Martin.
These are the number one, like the top upper echelon people that got us where we are right now, angry and ready to burn down and loot every damn city.
Right.
Do you understand the taunt that they're using psychological warfare against you with?
Colonel McCon.
You know what happened? Race riots happened after Mike Brown. They happened. Protests happened after Eric Gardner. Protests happened after Trayvon Martin. And all these other brothers, Botham John and all that. Like, and they're provoking that very instinct in you that makes you want to fight them. But you got to learn how to fight the right way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And us fighting against each other is exactly what they want us to do. Right now, every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian should learn at least this. We have a common enemy, and we need to stop fighting against each other.
Right.
This should be a catalyst for Crips and Bloods to say, you know what, we got a bigger threat.
Right.
Let's join together against this. You know what I'm saying? This should be Latin Kings and GDs and BDs coming together.
Right.
You understand? Like, this should be all the divisions in between us, putting that to the side and coming together as a united front under one banner.
Right.
That one banner that knows the formula, knows how to fight is the Israelite School I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Commander General Yahanna has been trained for over 30 years on how to deal with these situations.
Right.
You understand? It's his time. It's his time. That's it on that?
Members of the original Black Panthers took down photos of 6 African-American victims found hanging from a tree in Milwaukee's Riverside Park.
And here's something that I gotta help you understand. These Black Panthers, they ain't no different than, you understand, Black Lives Matter movement,
Right.
the NAACP, the Civil Rights Movement, the bus boycotts.
Right.
Give me something else. The segregation movement. I mean, the desegregation movement.
The March on Selma.
The March on Selma. What else, man? How else they sell us out? The political arena. The Black Caucus. This is no different than that. It's just no different than that.
Right.
This is no different than the Christian church or fake Israelite groups.
Right.
They all are compromised by their undying love for their oppressors. Now, here's the banger. The original Black Panther Party indulged in selling drugs.
Right.
They were infiltrated by so-called whites. These so-called whites were infiltrating them because they allowed them into their councils.
Right.
You understand? The same way the Nation of Islam does. There's a man, a white man in the Nation of Islam who is a teacher in there teaching black men about what? Racism?
Right.
How to stand up against whitey?
Right.
Really? That's crazy. You ever seen Get Rich or Die Trying? In the movie Get Rich or Die Trying, I was watching it again last night. Yo, the dude that was supposed to be 50 Cent's friend was the same one who shot him. And he was playing double agent. He was playing double agent, coming around 50 Cent, acting like he was cool with him, going back to Majestic, reporting everything until Majestic had him put a hit out on him and try to kill him. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's the same thing when you let these people infiltrate your organizations. One thing I can say 1,000 things, excuse me, about the Israelite School I.S.U.P.K. And it's not just because I'm in here. The reason why I came in here. But there are a million reasons why the Israelite School I.S.U.P.K. is what they are today. One of those top things is integrity.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The Israelite School I.S.U.P.K. has always stood staunch on integrity. And we will never, ever sit down with our enemies ever.
Damn right.
Our enemies are just that, our enemies. Now, when we dealing with our own nation, it's how when you look at the Bible and you see Christ saying, love your enemies, that's talking about within a nation.
Right.
Black on black crime is what he's talking about.
Right.
Those enemies are Crips and Bloods. They need to love each other.
Right.
And this will be the perfect time to do that. As a matter of fact, give me love thine enemies. You understand? In the scriptures, if you could. Not you. Makagala get it. You know what I'm saying? Give me love thine enemies because it's heavy. Because right now, amidst all of this, why don't we come together? You understand? Why not? The earth hates us. The earth doesn't desire us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If the earth desired us, then Commander General Yahanna would be telling everybody on every newscast, every podcast, every radio station what we need to do. You understand? As far as a people. You got it?
Just love enemy.
Love thine enemies, Christ said it. You understand? Love those who persecute you. You got it?
Oh, lies.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies.
Read a scripture above it. Eye for an eye.
Verse 43. Matthew chapter 5 verse 43. Ye have heard that it hath been said that thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy.
Right. Now, when Christ is talking about this, he's talking about, you have heard that it said, love your neighbor, but hate thine enemy. Now, think about the demographics of the nation of Israel. Your neighbor would be the one that's inside of your actual region, right?
Right.
If you're in a region of Judea, you understand? Who are you surrounded by mostly? The tribe of Judah, Benjamin.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Your enemies could come from Zebulon. You know what I'm saying? You can have a problem with Zebulon over here. It's the same thing. Am I making this up? Is it not something you see today?
Okay.
The West Coast don't mess with the East Coast. They all black. You understand? In rap culture, West Coast went to war against the East Coast. They all the same nation. So they became enemies. They weren't neighbors. They were enemies though. Right? Read.
But I say unto you, love your enemies.
Love what?
Your enemies.
Love them brothers that's on the West Coast, even though East Coast rap started it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Love them brothers in Atlanta, even though the auto-tune is aggravating and everything like that. They got it. You know what I'm saying? Love them brothers as well. They not your enemy, really. If you love your enemy, then how is your enemy your enemy? Right? Read.
Bless them that curse you.
Bless them that curse you, meaning what? The ones that wish that something bad happened to you so they can take over. You see what I'm saying? These are your own nation. This is black on black crime. Go ahead.
Do good to them that hate you.
And you got to do good to them. That's how you're going to win your brother over.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's people that all day hate what we say. And really, I know what they want to do. They want us to go at their necks because they think we're predictable. The UPK is so predictable. Man, listen. By this time, everybody knows our reputation. So when I'm on Facebook and people is, oh, you this, you that, blah, 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 and you know, all that, you know what I say? Man, okay. I hear you. Brother asked me the other day, he say, y'all something. He said something, blah, blah, blah. Y'all probably Donald Trump or something like that. And I said, okay, cool. I said, well, won't you come to this address and find out if I'm Donald Trump or not?
Right. I
gave him the address, gave him the time, gave him the day. He saying, what you gonna do, nigga? He said, when I come, what you gonna do, nigga? You know what I said? I said, I'm gonna give you some diapers, some wipes. You understand?
Right.
Some a car seat, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you may need. That's what I'm gonna do, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But what they expect from me is to say, oh, nigga, you gonna see, blah, blah. Man, listen, this ain't the time to be beefing with your own nation now.
Right.
This is the time for the people in your nation that don't agree with you and the people that do agree with you to all come together anyway. We the same race. So we have commonalities, right? Mm-hmm. Read.
And pray for them which despise, and pray for them which despitefully use you.
And listen, now, of course they're going to despitefully use us. Go ahead, get that. Of course they're going to despitefully use us. You understand? But at the end of the day, we here to do a service for them, right? So of course, what we're gonna do is, you understand? We're gonna pray for them. What are our prayers gonna be? Our prayers is that these brothers learn what we learn. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what our prayers are. Our prayers is that these brothers get it right, right? That's the point. Read.
And persecute you.
And what?
Persecute you.
Of course, we're gonna be persecuted by our own people. Christ was persecuted by his own people. Right? Christ came to give the nation of Israel something that they never had before. Same way the I.S.U.P.K is coming to give the nation of Israel something that they never seen before, right? Yet they still hate us for it. You know what I'm saying? Yet they still persecute us for it. Shalom, priest, Lord Christ. Yet they still hate us for it and everything. You did? So that's the point. And if they did that to Christ, what makes you think that they won't do that to the followers of Christ? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that? You think we too special for them to do what, you know what I'm saying? Read. That's it? No sweat. So the point of the matter is, this is the time now, Shalom, this is the time now where we need to love our enemies. Where blacks and Hispanics need to come together. This ain't the time for you to love the enemy of your race. But this is the time for Crips and Bloods to say, you know what, let's put this down.
Right.
We got common enemy. Latin Kings and Gangster Disciples.
Right.
Calm down. We got enemies. You know what I'm saying? Let's get together and make this thing happen so we can unify together against the people who killing our people every damn day. And then they laugh in your face. And then what they do is they take pictures of our dead brothers, our dead sons, our dead sisters, and they hang them on a goddamn noose in Milwaukee as a way to taunt employed black people. And of course they think we so damn predictable that, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna riot in the streets again, and we're gonna loot in the streets again. Shalom, Hey, Tabak, come around this way. And grab that staff right there that got the silver in it and all of that. Grab that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you come. Yeah, that one right there. Grab that. As a matter of fact, put that one back and grab the light one. I think they be using, which one they be using the most for Sabbath? Alright. As a matter of fact, grab the one you had at first. Take that with you. Alright. So, you understand, like, come on back, I need you for the article, alright? So, here's the deal. Now's the time for us to say, let's get it on, right?
Right.
Let's get it on. Let's come together, truce it out, you know what I mean? And let's fight against these people, man, that's been killing us for so long, right? Read.
The laminated photos were tied with nooses.
Tied with nooses. Once again, those nooses signify what they used to lynch you with. They used to lynch niggas and Hispanics off of nooses. You see what I'm saying? And they took pride in it. Did you not know that these people took pride in lynching us, and they would all come together? And you know, this is the I can't make it up. Like these people are on photos congregating at a busy downtown area with a black man hanging on the noose. He was shot with over 5,000 bullets.
Right.
You understand? And he was set on fire.
Right.
And everybody is taking a picture with this like it's cool. This is their culture. Mm-hmm. You can't take their culture from them and expect them to not do something about it.
Right.
You fighting against racism, they want racism.
Right.
You fighting against prejudice, they want prejudice.
Right.
You can't change this beast, man. This is him. You wanted to say something?
It's like, sir, I was gonna say the brother that you're speaking of in that photo, not only was he shot over 5,000 times, but they said during the process of him being burned, he tried to climb the rope, so they cut his arms off.
Good night.
They castrated him and cut his legs off.
Good night. So they cut his damn rod off, cut his balls off, cut his rod off, cut his arms off, and his legs.
Okay.
Go ahead, up.
So is that famous one where they got all them the little white girls and people pointing and smiling, and then they painted a mural of that too.
Right. That's it. That's it. But don't get it twisted. They didn't just do this to just blacks.
Right.
They did this to Hispanics too.
Right.
They did this to Mexicans. Mm-hmm. They did it to Puerto Ricans. Mm-hmm. I mean, goddamn, Christopher Columbus did it to Puerto Ricans. Christopher Columbus would hang them up by their arms over pegs and pegs of wood. And he would tell them, if y'all don't accept what we giving you, if you don't denounce what you say you know and accept Christianity and get into slavery, we're gonna just burn you alive in front of all your people.
Right.
You understand? This ain't just a black thing, man. This is a Native American thing as well.
Right.
Matter of fact, man, there's a book over there if you could. Actually, matter of fact, the brother coming back, I'm about to have him get it. Hey, Lamar Yalla, do me a favor, Tobacco Nas. Grab me Black Indians, that book, Black Indians, up there on the shelf. No, right in front of you. Come down some, right there in front of you. Black Indians. No, to the left. It was right there. No. To the left, to the left, to the go back up the way you was pointing at. To the left, to the right. You're hot. I mean, you're cold, you're cold, you're cold. Warm, hot. No. Right there, hot. And close that door for me if you could, please. I'll show you some excerpt out of this book. Wow. Give you an excerpt out of this book real quick. I don't want nobody thinking we just be making these stories up.
Right.
We not making these stories up. These are actual historical facts. You understand? Let's see. Doop. All right, no sweat. Boom. I'm gonna read this. All right, y'all, listen to this. This is from a book called Black Indians, right? The author is William Lawrence Katz. All right, and it says, when captured, Native American resistance leaders were ceremonially, so they was ceremonially, right? This was this is a ceremony that white people are performing with our people's lives, right? Here's a ceremony. Hey, and if anybody wants some strong drink or whatever the case may be, there should be some strong drink over there, whatever the case may be. Young man, if you can come grab that.
Yes, sir.
Now, it says, when captured. Now, first of all, this lets you know that your ancestors wasn't with slavery.
Right.
They had to capture them. They had to capture them by warfare. You understand? Warfare. They went to war against Christopher Columbus and them. Mm-hmm. They fled from slavery. They did not want Christianity.
Right.
They didn't want that.
Right.
They had their own knowledge of the Most High, which comes from the Bible for real. Go ahead, Hebrew.
The kind of one consider the book, the Popol Vuh. The Mexicans and the Mayans was the book of from God for the natives from Mexico and Central America.
Right, damn right.
Popol Vuh.
Damn right. And in that, there was no God loves everybody. You understand? It was no everybody come together under one rainbow. There wasn't none of that in that book.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They had to come and force your ancestors into submission. And now we don't even know our identities. So you know what we do? Hold on one second, Tabak. You know what we do? Since we don't know our history and our identity, you know what we do? We give in. We give in because they beat hope up out of us, man.
Okay.
These people had hope. You understand? These people had hope. All right?
Yes.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. In the book of the Popol Vuh is a name is called Kukulkan, which means the law, the giver of the law, which is Moses.
This I know. This I know because I extensively researched this. And that's true. But the world didn't know that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They don't know that. They think that Mexicans, and when they see Mexicans on TV, they think that every Mexican on TV is actually Mexican Indian.
Right.
When they're not Mexican Indians. A lot of these people that you see it on TV are Spaniards who took over Mexico, and because the country is called Mexico, they call themselves Mexicans. See what I'm saying? Same thing with Negroes. You understand? A lot of these people you see are really Africans. They're not the Negroes who pick cotton.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
They not. Even though they come over here, call themselves African Americans, and been here for 4 generations, then you call themselves African American. We not Africans. You understand? So It's the same thing. Same thing with the English. The British come over here, British, English, same thing. But the English white man in America doesn't, if you know what I'm saying, if you're not native to America, they don't consider you American or white American. They call you something else.
Right.
It's the same thing. Nevertheless, this is what your ancestors did, Puerto Ricans. This is a Puerto Rican right here, right? Here's what his ancestors did, right? His ancestors did this. It says, when captured, because we always fled from slavery, Native American resistance leaders, these were the men who was captains over armies, resistances.
Right.
You ever seen, what's that movie, man? Terminator, right?
Right.
And they had something called the resistance, because they would resist against the cyborgs or whatever the case may be, the machines. This is the same thing. Native American resistance leaders would resist against Spaniards and Christianity, right?
Right.
It says the leaders were ceremonially put to death. You know what a ceremony is, right?
Right.
A ceremony is something where everybody come together. And if you look at this picture, I'm going to pass this book around. If you look at this picture, and you've also seen that picture about that brother that we was talking about, his arms got cut off, his legs got cut off, and they put him on fire. You know what I'm saying? Shot him damn 5,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Castrated him. When you see this picture, you're going to see the same mob mentality that they had with that brother.
Right.
It says, and that was ceremonially how they put that brother to death. You feel me? This says, in 1512, Hatui, a Taino who fought the invaders in Hispaniola, right, and Cuba, was captured and was asked him by a priest if he first wanted to accept baptism so he could enter heaven and meet God. Now, first of all, let's just do this the right way, right? If Christianity was about loving everybody,
right,
and forgiving everybody and giving a man a chance for repentance, why didn't they give him that?
right.
I'll tell you why. Because Negro and Hispanic Christianity is about that. But white Christians, they don't think like you think. You understand? White Christians will kill your ass. Straight up. They arm themselves all day. Who you think the president of the NRA is? What you think? What you think his religion is? He a Christian. But he owned 1,000 guns. And them guns, he training on how to shoot niggas and Hispanics and Native Indians when they want to rise up in America. You understand? That's what they doing. One second, hold your peace. That's what they doing. So, here's what they did back then, right? Now, he says, no, he answered. I would only find more Christians there.
Right.
Yo, these were some tough ass niggas back then, man.
Yeah.
They tried to tell him, hey, before you die, won't you get a Lord a hand, man? Won't you get baptized? He said, no, I'm only gonna find more Christians there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If I take your baptism and I die, I'm going to Christian heaven. Is what he's saying. I'm good on that. Just kill me. Now pass this book around, man. Let them brothers look at that. You understand? Let them look at that and tell me this ain't the same image. If you've ever seen that image of that brother hanging from that pole in that square downtown, and white people were ceremonially around him just like that mob mentality.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Same mob mentality. And don't sweat it. Listen, when we get that school building in Milwaukee, we gonna get all of these books. I'm talking about thousands of dollars worth of books.
That's right.
You're gonna get them. These are all studying tools and teaching tools. Go ahead, priest.
The main thing about this whole thing, those books that wasn't written from us. It was the white man on board.
This is national pride for white people.
Come.
For white people, this is what they don't ever want to let go.
Right.
And there's some of them who think, hand it to him, some of them who think, you're not going to continue to take my statues down. You think you're going to take these statues down? Look, we gave you the statues in Birmingham when we was lynching you niggas.
Right.
We gave you that. We gave you all, but you can't take Christopher Columbus.
Right.
You can't have Robert E. Lee.
Right.
And I guarantee you, if you try to take another statue down that dishonors their commemoration, then you're done. And they ready to fight for this, man.
Damn right.
But you know what our men do? Our brothers sit at home and get high all goddamn day.
Right.
White boys, they do this. They go home, they blindfold themselves, they put their FN in front of them, and they go, time me. What was my time? 20 seconds.
Right.
All right, put it back together. Time me. What was my time? 12 seconds. All right, no sweat. Now let's smoke meth.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Here at least they got the damn priorities straight.
Con.
Esau is a hunter by nature. So you know this is their culture. Their culture is you're not a man until you killed the deer and drank his blood.
It's all killing.
Don't blurt out like that. But yeah, it's all murder. Like they don't hunt for food. They hunt for sport.
Con.
We hunt. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
We hunt. And we some of the best hunters. But we don't hunt. It's not our culture to hunt just to hunt for a trophy or a fur. When the Native Indians used to hunt buffalo, they respected the buffalo.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why they respected the buffalo. Because without the buffalo, they died.
Right.
Right? Make it hard for them to survive a winter because you need the buffalo skin. You need the buffalo pelt when you kill the buffalo. Everything about the buffalo is recycled for them. You understand? They take the horns, turn them into cups. You understand? They take the horns, turn them into chopars or trumpets, like this. Turn them into this, so that when they go to war against other Native Indian tribes, they got something to sound the alarm. They take the pelt, they turn it into they take the underbelly off the damn pelt. They use that for their tents, right? 1 second, Knock, I got you. I'm coming to you. I promise you. Then they take the hide of the buffalo, put it around their tents to insulate it. Then they take the hide of the buffalo and they make clothes out of it.
Right.
You know what I hate though? That society done taught us is that Native American Indians was walking around butt naked, and that's a goddamn lie.
Never.
They have to depict them as savages without a culture, without civilization. Why? Manifest destiny. Go ahead, Al.
So, like, sir, if I may, and what you're bringing out is so heavy. I have a book. I'm almost finished reading it, sir, and I had to review it before I passed it. Before I passed it up for approval. It's called "The Letters of Amerigo Vespucci."
Damn.
Sir. He made 4 trips to America is logged for him.
Right.
And in his letters, he logs his trip to the Americas.
Right.
Superbulous of Columbus.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Meaning before Columbus.
Right.
Go ahead.
He is the reason that they say the natives are walking around naked. Every one of his letters is 2 things he consistently say about the natives. 3 things. Number 1, they were naked. Number 2, they were cannibals. And number 3, in his own way of saying, they were hypersexualized. In his letters, all 4 of his letters of his trip to the Americas, these are the things that he said, and those are the things that he was connected to royalty and got high. He was making $75,000 a year in the 1400s.
It's a lot of money in the 1400s.
You
understand? That's a lot of money. You want to say something about?
Yes. When we say about the native peoples of this land before the arrival of the Europeans, we have to take it in account one thing. Challenge brother, he's reading a lot, I can see that. Back on time, okay, just like I say, I say before, the book, the Bible book, okay, the pre into history. You want to know one thing about when he say Native American people, Native Indians. I'm telling you one thing. Native Indian includes Mexicans.
Right. And Puerto Ricans. And
Puerto Ricans.
Brazilians. And Peruvians.
We're all natives from this land.
That's right.
Starting from Canada all the way to Chile and Argentina. Naftali.
Damn right.
The tribe of our brothers, they are suffering under crazy presidents, which they are white. And they are oppressing all people.
Well, check this out. We oppressed everywhere today, and if we don't come under one banner, we're done.
That's right.
And that's exactly what I'm about to get into, because you're looking at our leaders, and they are spineless punks.
That's right.
They bend their head down for white people, and they turn their head when you die, and then they sell you for change. That's what they do. You see what I'm saying? So back to the topic that I was getting into. Read this article as we bring it out. Is about them hanging pictures of brothers who died during this whole Black Lives Matter and I Can't Breathe, and you know what I'm saying, protesting against these people that killed our people. They doing this to antagonize us, and they're gonna try to lead us into a war, but they're gonna be called away to another war.
Damn right.
You understand? They're gonna be called away to the war with the Russians.
That's right.
To the war with the Iranians and all that. And then they're gonna be occupied over there. They can do that over there while we come together and build our own thing.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? But Lamont, you still got that scripture where you hold it, right?
No, he wasn't holding nothing. I read it.
You read Ezekiel?
Yeah.
All right, no
Oh,
sweat.
no. Ezekiel? No, I did not.
All right, no sweat. Let me get Ezekiel. Read that.
Khan. The laminated photos were tied with nooses. They were removed Saturday evening.
That's an instrument of cruelty, as you know it, right?
Right.
That noose is something that is embedded in our minds. When you see a noose, hell, you can damn near not even look at a rope. You can't even say rope without thinking lynching.
Right.
Am I making this up?
Nah,
you go to Home Depot right now, you say, hey man, let me get some rope. In your mind, well, you know what you're thinking? Damn, lynching, nooses. It's been engraved in you, man. And your DNA. How many niggas you know dealing with ropes? Unless they on their slave. How many? We don't even deal with ropes. How many ropes you got in your house? You got ropes in your house, I ain't got none. You got ropes in your house? Hell, I don't even really like shoestrings. Go ahead,
Like the only rope I got is for the camp signs.
That's it.
Most High in Christ.
But it is what it is. Tobacco Nas, you got ropes in your house? How about you?
A lie, sir.
You? I know he ain't got no damn ropes. We ain't gonna talk about his ropes. He got a wife. You understand? Nevertheless, you know what I mean? We don't like ropes, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it's been embedded in our DNA as a terroristic tool that they did against blacks and Hispanics. Read.
Khan. The photos included Breonna Taylor, Eric Gardner, Botham Jean, Ahmaud Arbery, Botham John, Ahmaud Arbery, Michael Brown, and Trayvon Martin.
Aren't those some of the key people that was in this whole thing that we, after a while, we like, damn, man, we ain't taking no more of this.
Right.
Read.
4 of the 6 died at the hands of police. The original Black Panthers called the photos racist. Historically, African Americans have been hung and lynched. Activist King Rick said, I don't care what anybody says. They can justify it all. They can justify it all they want to. It was disrespectful, not only to the memories of these individuals, our beloved individuals, but also to the African American community, so I'm not hearing it. They said the act was intolerable and unacceptable.
Now, stop. You remember Jesse Jackson said that we weren't going to take this no more either. You understand? You remember Martin Luther King said, forgive them and come together hand in hand. Jesse Jackson was like, nah. Who else did it? Who knows? Who else said that we ain't going to tolerate this no more?
Basically, Farrakhan.
There you go. Louis Farrakhan said justice or else. You know that was 10 years ago? Almost damn near 10 years ago, was it not? When was Mike Brown killed? What year he was killed? Somebody find that out for me.
Like 6.
6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Kind of kind.
I was just listening, about one of the videos of Lucifer Country. And that's exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, I know it was. You know what I'm saying? He said justice or else.
Right.
Well, shit. Well, excuse my French. Well, I want to know what's the or else. You understand? What they say? They was they ain't gonna tolerate it. What you gonna do?
Right.
What the Black Panthers gonna do? Go ahead, Monkey Boy.
So 2014.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Damn.
What is the Black Panthers prepared to do? I'm gonna tell you what they're prepared to do. What dumb? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't outburst, Doc. What they prepared to do is they are going to do what anybody would do who ain't a soldier. Fight the wrong way.
Right.
Well, the Black Panthers obviously ain't gonna do nothing because the leader is, for one, a female, and two, she's holding hands with cops. She's holding hands with the same ones she's gonna be fighting against.
Well, you can eliminate them. Go ahead.
And so, like I said, if I may, most of the original leaders of the Black Panthers that are not in exile or in jail have turned to politicians. Like one politician, Bobby Rush in Chicago, used to be a Black Panther. Their brother that started, what's his name? It was Huey Newton and the other brother, Bobby Seals.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Seals is a congressman.
That's crazy. I guess the ones here's the reason why I even say that, because they don't know how to fight, bro.
Right.
They think fighting is going to pick up a gun and trying to go against white people and in some combat type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
And that's because they watch too many damn movies. How do any other nation fight against white America? Who knows? Go ahead.
They go to war.
Okay. Before all-out war happens, what do they do? Among the bar.
And they make a declaration against them.
Of course they do that. Go ahead.
They separate. Like, for one, when China decided to start going against America, the first thing they did was start dropping the American dollar.
Most high in Christ.
They hurt America's pockets.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Go ahead.
No,
They hurt America's pockets. And then they make America realize how valuable they are in America.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. They don't play no games with America. They threaten their money, then they show their might, and then they make threats.
Right.
And then they do these little things with provocative warfare is what I call it. They do the provocative warfare where they'll bring their ships close, they'll bring their planes close, but then fly away.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
So that's just happened with
Russia, right?
I believe Russia. They flew over Alaska.
Yep.
They was like they too close for comfort.
Right. And see, listen, go ahead. You was done?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, to get a brother hand. You know what I'm saying? That's the next thing I was about to say. And that's what shows me that men in Milwaukee tired of this shit.
That's
You
right.
understand?
Right.
Tired. You know what I'm saying? So even though this brother in Milwaukee seeing everything happen, the looting and all that, he keeping his mind vigilant to what else is happening.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So inadvertently, guess what's happening? While we struggling against America, the enemies of America is looking at that like that's a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
This is weak.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. You thought these other nations give a damn about us in slavery? If they did, why they ain't send a military here to free us?
Right.
Like America sent a military over there to free them fake Jews.
Right.
Them Jewish people.
Right.
America and every other country came together to go free them from the Nazi rule because they care about white people.
Right.
You think they care about us here? They got militaries, man. China got a military right now that if it came over here, it would be destructive. But if they came over here under the notion to free the true Jews, then they might have something to fight for against America. Here's the deal. They won't do it.
That's right.
They ain't gonna do it.
That's right.
You can't expect society to care about the Jews because let me tell you something. They know your history, except for you. You don't know your history. They know as soon as you're free, you're going to build your power like you did after Egypt and how you did after the Assyrian captivity, after you did after Babylonian captivity, after you did after Moabite captivity. They remember these records. And after these captivities, after you did, hold on one second, after you did after the Hasmonean captivity, after you did in the Roman captivity, after these captivities, we came together, pulled our power together, and went for world domination. You understand? So us being on top means they being on the bottom. Why would they come over here and help us get free?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Why? It don't make sense for them. So, boom. Once you get it, once now, America is being taunted by Russia while riots is going on. Am I making this up?
Wow.
While riots and looting is going on, Russian planes is coming by. Yeah. Let me see how close I can get to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me let you know we see your weakness.
Good.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's not like, if you think about it like that, how Russia and all the other places are sending planes around the borders and stuff like that to America, whatever, to show they might. But it's not only to show they might either. Guess what they're doing? They scanning the field to see where the perimeters are bound that they can get by.
Right.
Their zones only cover 500 meters.
Right.
Their zones only cover this many meters.
Right.
It's a strategic. It's a
Recon.
It's recon. Exactly. It's more along the lines of you being reconned at the same time, a declaration at the same time.
Right. So it's a
manifold.
right. So it's a provocation, but it's strategic. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they think they're gonna be fighting us in the ghettos, right? They're gonna start to do it. I'm telling you, these militia groups are good. They already started to do it. The first thing that they do is they come with psychological warfare, which is what they did in Milwaukee. That's psychological warfare.
Right.
And you can bet your bottom dollar, Posse Comitazi, and all these militia, Ku Klux Klan groups, they behind it.
SHALAM.
They got protection, man, in Milwaukee Police Department. It's coming up, I know. Go ahead. I know it's coming.
This is like it, sir.
1 second now. Hold your point. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. It is not clear who hung the photos from the tree or why. Police have not said whether they are investigating.
Well, why wouldn't the police investigate? Why wouldn't the police, amidst all of the things that's going on in America against police, say we're gonna find out? You know what? We're tired of this.
Right.
We're gonna find out who did this. We're gonna investigate this. They ain't gonna tell you that they gonna care. They don't give a damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't give a damn, bro. That's it on that article. Let's get some scriptures on that, man.
Right.
Good night. Listen. I was watching another thing where this brother was in a town hall meeting or something like that, city hall meeting or something like that, and it's a white woman in there, and while black people are in here talking about problems, she's in there shopping on her laptop. She on Amazon shopping. She click. That's a nice dress. Our niggas is in here talking about what's going on in their life and how they gonna try to make it better. Click it. The brother blazed on her. U.P.K. style. I ain't even gonna front. Like he U.P.K. styled her. You understand? He U.P.K. styled her. She got up and dipped, Doc. You understand? She got up and dipped. So, give me a scripture. What we got? Give me crooked. I want crooked.
Con, sir. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13.
Everybody got it?
All like him got it?
There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't sweat, let them get it.
7 and 13?
Con.
Ecclesiastes.
Chapter 7, verse 13.
You also want to write these down. All right. First of all, go read 7. Read 7 first, and then we'll jump down.
7 and 7?
Yes, please.
One of my favorites. Con. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely.
What?
Surely.
Possibly.
Surely.
Maybe.
Surely.
Sometimes.
Surely.
Surely. Definitely. Go ahead.
Oppression.
What?
Oppression.
You know, like what's been happening to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians for 400 plus years. Surely oppression. Go ahead.
Maketh a wise man mad.
Maketh what?
A wise man mad.
So let me ask you a question. if you at the times we in right now, if you're not mad at America enough to want to separate from America, if you're not mad enough at America to want to go against everything that America taught us,
Right.
are you wise? What's the opposite of a wise man? Raise your hand. Go ahead,
A fool.
A fool. Give my hand.
Damn right.
Go ahead, read.
Kana Wakan. And a gift.
And a what?
And a gift.
What?
A gift.
Let me tell you what a gift is right now. Voting is a gift.
Right.
Voting is a gift to niggas right now, Hispanics and Native Indians. Vote. You gotta go vote. What did that fine-ass mayor of Atlanta say? And I'm telling you, she is fine. I'm telling you right now, she fine. I'm telling you, she bad. But she's stupid.
Right.
She said, this ain't how we vote. See, y'all taking... See, no, she said, this ain't how you fight. This is my voice, my impression of her. This ain't how we fight. She said, y'all are destroying the legacy of my Dr. Martin Luther King.
Good night.
Then she said, if you really want to fight, go to the polls. That's where you fight. Vote, vote. I was like, yo, she needs something to shut her up every damn night. I got brothers that I'm raising up that'll shut her up.
Damn right.
You understand? And put a pipeline down her damn mouth.
Damn right.
You understand?
That's right.
That's the point. Go ahead,
Kana Wakan.
And
a gift.
And a gift. What?
Destroyeth the heart.
What is your heart? Raise your hand if you know. When the scripture says your heart, I know you know. I want a younger officer or a young man to answer this one. What is your heart according to the scriptures? Young man.
I'm not sure.
Just give me a gander. What do you think it is? Let's first, process of elimination. How do you gift? What is your heart? Point to your heart. How could you give your heart a gift? If you give your heart a gift, is it going to thank you for it? Think about what your heart does. What does your heart do? It beats blood around your body. So if you get a gift, it is going to destroy your heart? No. Right? So if it's not talking about this organ that pumps blood through your body, then what are they saying is your heart in the Bible?
So?
You close to it. Close to it. Give me another one. What are you using right now to figure out the answer that I'm trying to give you?
Brain.
Yes. Your mind. Give them a hand. Your mind is what the Bible is saying your heart is.
Right.
That's why this is a black man's book.
Right.
In this book is metaphors and similes and all type of parables all through it, just like rap.
Right.
Just like rap. And you think that the world is looking at you like, damn, they still got the Spirit of the Lord on them, even though we beating it out of them. They don't even know they're Israelites, and they're doing what Israelites did in the Bible. The Bible ain't nothing but, damn, a collection of rap. You ever read the Song of Solomon's? You never read that? You ever seen metaphors in the Bible where they talking about going to the crib and it's not talking about a baby's manger?
Right.
You understand? Like, this is something spiritual. We the same people that we always been. So Tupac says, he calls his gun his what? His woman. His bitch. You understand? Well, that's a great metaphor. That's a great metaphor. You can find the metaphors in the scripture as well. You can find that type of linguistics. Find it in the Bible. Hell, the people, the Mexicans and the Native American Indians, they speak Spanish.
Right.
Or do they? Go ahead,
Figurative way of speaking.
Figuratively way of speaking.
Like
Go ahead.
parables.
Go ahead. Yeah, parables.
Yeah.
That's the point. Do Hispanic people really speak Spanish? Or do they speak Ebonics too?
Right.
The way we explain ourselves kind of one constant. So
Most High
the
Christ.
way we speak, but then when somebody doesn't want to understand what we're talking, we use some kind of slang.
Right.
So to avoid.
That's the point. You know, Negroes do that with English, right?
Same way.
You know, Brazilians do it with Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
You know, Haitians do it with French. You know that, right? Go ahead.
Portuguese, Spanish.
Similar, but not the same.
Similarity. Yes.
I know. You know I'm up here for a reason. I know. You understand? I get it, but whatever language we gonna speak, hell, we could be speaking. What they speaking? What's that damn spot you used to be over? Netherlands. What they speak over there? Dutch?
No, it's yeah.
Or German?
No, it's not German.
What is it? Dutch.
I think it's Dutch.
Don't blast out again now. Go ahead.
It's Holland.
I'm not talking about South America. I'm talking about over the sea in the first world. I'm talking about in Norway, what they speaking in Norway, and what. Don't worry about it. We ain't finna dwell on it too long. It doesn't even matter, right? No matter what language we speak in, we speak a different language within that language, right? We call it ebonics in English, slang, whatever. Go ahead.
Look at the Assyrian. That's the whole point. We read the Assyrian every time we open the Tanakh.
Right.
It's not the Assyrian. It's not the Assyrian language, but it's the Hebrew version of Assyrian language.
Got a point.
That's right.
Got a point. You understand? So, read on.
Shut down to verse 13, sir.
Please do. No, 9.
Verse 9. Khan. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 9.
This is excellent also for the topic we're talking about, right? Go ahead.
Be not hasty in thy spirit.
Be not what?
Be not hasty in thy spirit.
Now, I know seeing these lynchings hung on a tree, on a noose, will make you angry. In your spirit, it'll make you angry. Make your whole fabric of your being angry. Read.
To be angry.
Go ahead.
For anger rested in the bosom of fools.
You want to know what? It's another word for anger is emotional.
Right.
We're in a warlike state right now. We can't afford to be emotional. And that's why I said it's a psychological attack, what they did to us in Milwaukee. They expect what they expect Black Hispanic Milwaukee to do is to loot again. And this time, loot to the point where they say, we're going to the Jewish neighborhood. And when you go to the Jewish neighborhood, white militias will be there to protect them.
Right.
You understand? And then now they have something to say. We protecting our race. Read. Now you can drop down to verse 13.
Khan, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
These people were made crooked. The Lord made them. It said consider the work of God. The Lord created them. Right? And you can't make them straight because he made them crooked.
Right.
So you'll never be able to get through them, man. They're gonna have you can't get through to them. They have a perpetual hatred, and they were made this way. History should prove that to you. It's been 60 years removed since the damn bus boycotts, man. Since we first started marching and asking for rights, and they were passing legislations and stuff like that to try to, man, listen, it's been 60 years and we still facing the same exact oppression, if even worse, than we did then. Now, what's another scripture we got?
Sorry, sir. For what to expound on what you said, the precept would be the book of Ecclesiasticus.
Are you telling me or asking me?
So, sir, would it be? Sir. Would the precept for what you were just saying about our enemies be the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10?
Let's get it.
Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10.
No, I don't want that right now.
Come, sir.
I don't want that right now. I want to go to this next story. Let's go to this next story. This next story is about to make you angry. I'm just telling you straight up. You will be angry. 18-year-old Althea Bernstein was allegedly set on fire by 4 white men in Wisconsin. Here's the article. Now, first of all, this happened on the 25th. Excuse me. This was updated on the 25th. All right? Just a little bit. Now, Althea Bernstein, an 18-year-old black woman. This is really a girl, man. She a girl. She ain't lived. She 18, man. Was on her way to her brother's house early Wednesday morning around 1 a.m. when she says she was attacked by 4 white men. Now, here's what I gotta ask you. What is an 18-year-old girl doing out at 1 a.m. in the morning? You know where she was at? Madison. She was in Madison, Wisconsin. That's like going to Green Bay at 2 a.m. You understand? That's stupid as hell. Oh, I'll tell you what it was. College. College made her think that she was safe to be around white people.
Right.
That's what it is, huh? That's what you think it was? Go ahead.
Kind of circle, it's the same thing like up in Green Bay. So they got like that same mentality.
Yeah. Stupid. Go ahead.
So it's happening in Milwaukee.
I mean, to me, it ain't no difference from Madison and Milwaukee.
So that's why General Yahanna wants Milwaukee badly?
Man, Commander Yahanna wants Milwaukee badly because Christ wants Milwaukee badly.
That's right.
And it's to get a little hand. And there's too many blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics in the state of Wisconsin to overlook without a try. You understand? Too many. How many Native Indian reservations are in the state of Wisconsin alone?
Good, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You think we ain't finna go there and get our brothers?
Damn right.
That's crazy to think that the I.S.U.P.K is not about to go out there and get our brothers.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, we're already in conversation with them on how we can come up there and do what we need to do to bring these programs and this school and this knowledge of the Most High and the history of who we are back to the North American Indians.
Right.
The tribe of Gad. We doing it. Take a real gangster to do that, though. You know that, right? Let me tell you something about these Native American Indians that you might have thought that was not true. These niggas is warriors.
Damn right.
You understand? And you can play like they ain't. They'll come on a horse, they'll ride up to you on a horse and have a horse kick you down, hop off of it, beat your ass senseless, and then, drag you, rope you, bring you somewhere, and you be sitting in front of the damn chief. And the chief talking about something. What is this black man doing here? You gang banging? Nah, bro. I'm coming to try to tell y'all something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we apologize. You were Commander General Yahanna. You know they be having a deep voice. You Commander General Yahanna, right? Yes. Don't you see this? Yeah. And that's why it's always been our culture, man, that when we see each other, we say shalom. Because we are warrior people.
Right.
You understand? You coming on my territory, on my ground, know you are. You need to say, I come in peace. Shalom. You understand? You don't say shalom, I'm going to think you coming with a problem. So, Tabakanas, please stop doing that, all right? Hold your peace. No sweat. So, here's the rest of the article. It says, Wednesday morning around 1 a.m., she says she was attacked by 4 white men. According to Bernstein, she was waiting at a stoplight in downtown Madison, Wisconsin, and suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns after the men used a spray bottle to douse her with lighter fluid before throwing a lighter at her. I was listening to some music at a stoplight, quote, and then all of a sudden I heard someone yell the N-word really loud. Right? Says, she told Madison 365, a local nonprofit media group. I turned my head to look and somebody's throwing lighter fluid on me. And then they threw a lighter at me and my neck caught on fire and I tried to put it out, but I brushed it up into my face. Following the attack, Bernstein put out the fire and drove home and was later treated at a nearby hospital. Bernstein describes the men as classic Wisconsin frat boys.
Right.
Frat boys.
Right.
It's college. You like this. I'm gonna tell you something. What Martin Luther King did was one of the most diabolical things that your leaders could ever do to you.
Right.
He integrated us into a race of people that don't want us with them.
God.
Made them accept us in their colleges.
Right.
Made them accept us in our schools. And we had black universities that were Ivy League.
Right.
You understand? Very, very notorious for producing geniuses. Like Thurgood Marshall. You understand? Like W.E.B. Du Bois. You understand? We had this, right? Martin Luther King fought. He ain't fight. He got hit with bottles and rocks. And marched and pleaded in nonviolence. Meanwhile, he was having sex with white whores every chance he could get, probably doing coke. Go ahead.
You see how like the link itself says allegedly? It says allegedly, but she literally described who her attackers were.
Right.
And they try to water it down
Right.
by saying, well, you don't know.
Right.
What other race of people on the earth really call us the N-word that's not the oppressor?
Right.
I never really see Chinese or Arabs or East Indians or something like that call us that derogatory byword.
Right.
You don't see that no more.
Right.
Unless it's from the one individual race of people.
Right. And I'm quite sure they didn't say, "What's up, my nigga?"
Right.
They was like, "Nigger," and they probably said, "Nigger, bitch." I'm just keeping 100 with you. Go ahead,
Ephesus may have been her own people, like with a name like Bernstein. I don't think her father or something is a white man.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know.
As long as you got that melanin,
You see what I'm saying? But see, I don't know. I know some black people that got slave last names too. I mean, Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a slave name. You understand? DeRozier's. That's a slave last name.
Butler.
Butler probably ain't.
Anderson.
Bush, Anderson, Hamilton. You understand? What's another Pecker last name? Go ahead.
The son of Andrew.
Smith.
The son of Smith.
Right.
Right. Anderson.
I said Jackson.
Okay, so it's
Right.
Anderson.
Right. You know what I'm saying? What else we got?
Hamilton.
Said Hamilton. Said them all. Washington. Roosevelt. Lincoln.
Lee.
Lee. Right. Robert E. Lee. You know what I'm saying?
Jones.
Jones. These are all slave last names, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I've seen black people with names like Perkowski and Eatsburg and you know what I'm saying, Hamburg and you know what I'm saying. Like so, I've seen them. I wouldn't say off the rip. And in the UPK, what we don't do is speculate.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we'll do some research on it. We'll get out there. We'll find out where the sister's at, and we'll interview her.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
I'll interview her myself.
Damn right.
Next week, I'll interview her myself. Matter of fact, hell, come Sunday, if I can get a hold of the sister, I'll inbox her until I want to interview her. And then I'll ask her myself.
Damn right.
You understand? Now, here's the deal. These frat boys were on a college. Where's downtown Madison at? Is that campus? Oh, yeah?
Kind of like only been a handful of times, but like even the downtown area is built up around the lake.
Okay.
You got like all your clubs and like you got like the Capitol off to one side. You got all your colleges and all your like bars and eateries and all that, all kind of circled up around the lake.
Okay. And this is the capital too. Madison is the capital, is it not?
Okay.
All right. Now, here's the deal. She's about to describe them to a T. And if it's downtown, how many cameras is downtown Madison to protect white people downtown? They ain't pull up the footage. She was at a bus stop downtown Madison. You know how many Negroes go downtown Madison looking for a lick? You know they got cameras downtown Madison to protect these people. But where are the cameras now to prove what happened with her? But they allegedly did it, right? Bernstein described the men. Look at this dog right here outside now. Look. You ever seen a dog? What type of breed of dog is that? You understand? Now that's a dog. You understand? That's a Malamute. That's a poodle. That's a English poodle. You want to say something?
I can say that's a crack dog.
Damn. Now, here's what the sister said. Bernstein described the men as classic Wisconsin frat boys who appeared to be, let's guess, intoxicated. He said 2 of them were wearing all black and the other 2 donned floral shirts and jeans.
Yeah.
Far right protesters in recent weeks have shown up in Hawaiian shirts to counter black liberation demonstrations. But it's unclear at this time whether Bernstein's attacker are directly connected to that movement. The president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County, Michael Johnson, released a statement on behalf of Bernstein's family stating that we're saddened at what happened to Althea and the unprovoked attack on her body. At this time, our family is asking everyone to respect our privacy as Althea is recovering from the burns on her face and neck. So we might not be able to get the interview.
Oh, God.
Nevertheless, that's enough on this, right? Hold on, wait. Bernstein's alleged attack happened amid ongoing Black Lives Matter demonstrations in the city and across the country. Madison officials took the time to hold a press conference about a toppled statue on Wednesday, the same day Bernstein reported her assault. The criminal acts we saw in Madison destroying part of the Capitol's should never be tolerated, said the Republican State Assembly Speaker Robin Voss. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think Robin Voss was in a fraternity? Most likely, right? Okay. To some, the city of Madison did not have its priorities straight. Its officials were criticized for expressing more concern over the destruction of property than the reported physical harm caused to a young black woman. Now that's not nothing new. You know what I'm saying? A black woman named Althea Bernstein was set on fire by white men in downtown Madison, and the news has basically ignored it in favor to talk of statues and damaged businesses, said Chet Agnew, the communications director for Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. Now, this is the last part. It says, the Madison Police Department is now investigating the incident as a possible hate crime and are looking into surveillance footage of the incident. Madison Police spokesman Joel Despain said in a statement. Now, we'll wait. Sit back and wait. Do you think we're going to get justice? No. Here's the difference, though. When something happens to one white person in America as a hate crime, to them, it happens to them all. You understand? They all stand together, united. So guess what? This happened to her, it happened to you. Could have very well been you. You see what I'm saying? Could have been your sister, your mama, anybody, your little cousin. That's, you know what I'm saying? So, what scriptures come to mind for this? Now give me this. Now give me this.
Salaam, sir. Would it be the book of 2nd Maccabees?
No, give me back what you had.
Oh, Khan, sir. Salaam, sir.
Thank you.
Let me get back to it. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus. Salaam, sir. Chapter 12 and verse 10. Allah Kim got it?
God, I'm there.
All right. Never
What?
trust.
What?
Never.
Sometimes.
Never.
If they march with you.
Never.
If they help you found Black Lives Matter.
Never.
If your sister's married to one.
Never.
Never what?
Never trust
Who?
thine enemy.
Who?
Thine enemy.
You know these people are our enemy, right? They've proven that they're our enemy.
Makan.
They can talk all. We're the same, and we all bleed red. And well, the only red blood I see bleeding on the street come from black people.
Damn right.
You understand?
Right.
Hispanic and Native Indian people. Go ahead, Doc.
Black lives matter.
Yeah, all right. The scriptures say again from the top.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. That's in the Bible. Right? While y'all was talking about, oh, you niggas just some Bible thumpers. And you just a blunt roller.
Right.
Here's the facts though. This Bible is about to tell me how I should be with mine enemies. My enemy are those people who are killing my people in the street and getting away with it. Those are my enemies. And anybody that look like them or come from them is my enemy. Think like them, feel like them, inherit what they get. Those are my enemies, man. And the scriptures say, never trust thine enemies. Well, I guess since I'm sober and I'm reading the Bible, I know that when I walk down the street and I see a so-called white person, I need to either get ready to whoop ass or go to the other side of the street. I don't trust them.
Right.
I'm standing behind them in the grocery store. I'm thinking they about to pull a gun out and pull a mass one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't trust them. I get in the Uber and one of them driving, I'm sitting there ready. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who's to say this person won't take me somewhere that I don't want to go?
Right.
At gunpoint. You feel what I'm saying? Like they do this kind of stuff. I'm not making this up, bro. They do this kind of stuff. Read.
For like as iron rusted.
Now, will iron rust?
Sure.
It surely will rust. I don't give a damn. You see my beautiful sword over there? If I don't keep it up and clean it, it's going to rust.
Right.
I'm telling you straight up. If I don't keep it out of a damp environment, it's gonna rust.
Makan.
As sure as iron rusted. Go ahead.
So is his wickedness.
So what?
So is his wickedness.
Damn, well, what does that mean? That means it's always gonna be there.
Right.
Your enemies will always rust. It'll always spread, just like rust.
Right.
On iron. It's bound to happen. You understand? That's what the scripture is saying. Never trust your enemies. And this sister, she trusted them.
All right,
she trusted the police to keep her safe. She trusted the cameras out there. She trusted the bus stop, the sanctity of a bus stop. She trusted that the American Constitution will keep her safe.
Right.
She trusted that I'm a student here. She trusted Martin Luther King. She trusted Eddie Long.
Right.
She trusted Al Sharpton. She trusted Black Lives Matter movement. She trusted it. And guess what happened to her? She got burnt up.
Right.
She was a pretty sister. Guarantee you, her face scarred up to the point where ain't nobody want to marry her, man. Not nobody who carnal. Nigga who just looking at her like, oh, whatever, I'm Next. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Destroy her beauty, man. Took somebody's daughter's beauty. And I guarantee you their parents will forgive. You understand? Their parents is gonna forgive.
Right.
How do I know? Both and John's parents forgave.
Right.
Who else parents forgave?
The whole families of the people that Dylan Roof Storm killed.
Right.
In the roof storm, right. He ran up in the church and killed him. Everybody forgave him.
Right.
See, we got to forgive. We got to forgive him for the murder, but we won't forgive our own people.
Right.
And that's the craziness about it. That's the insanity about the whole situation. What else we got? Need something else.
So like it, sir. You like Wisdom of Solomon?
Man, give me Wisdom of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? These scriptures, man, y'all got to jot these down, man. These, I know right now, Milwaukee's class, it's kind of small. But y'all brothers are going to be the ones who get raised up to teach these people.
That's right.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And when they come sit in the class, you got to be prepared. You hear me, young man? You got to be prepared with these scriptures right here because they're going to be wanting them from you. They're going to be thirsty. And you got to have them. You understand? Y'all understand? Y'all going to have these. So, Commander General Yahanna sat in the classroom where there was probably 3 people. And the teachers. Here y'all go today. You see what I'm saying? Here y'all are in this classroom right now, soaking up the same thing Commander General Yahanna did. And before you know it, it wasn't 3 people no more.
Right.
Before you know it, it was 6 people. Then, after that, it was 12 people. And they in the classroom for the whole year, 12 people. Then they started doing the groundwork. Then it wasn't 12 people. Then it was 24 people. Then it was 48 people. Then it was 100 people. Then it was 1,000 people. You understand? And that means that what you're doing, the work you're doing, is waking people up.
Right.
To the fact that they should never trust their enemies. That's being intelligent. That's what a genius would do. A genius would never trust their enemy. I don't give a damn about the quantum physics of a jet engine that's taking you into propulsion up into the space. I don't give a damn about none of that. I want to know who got the formula to take blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out of the condition that we in today. I don't give a fuck about no rocket science. I care about what's going to get us out of this situation.
Right.
That's what I care about. Read.
Colonel Khan. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon and the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 21. Al-Hakim got it.
Yeah.
Khan.
1 second.
Khan, sir.
Get the witch. All right, I'm there.
Khan. Out of the Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 21. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them.
What?
Their own wickedness hath blinded them.
This is why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can't see what's happening to them right now. They own wickedness, our own wickedness as a whole, blinding us from like what we giving you is what somebody who actually thinks would do. A free man would do this. But because we are wicked as hell and we go against the laws, we become slaves. And we don't think like free men. We think like slaves.
Right.
And a slave is a slave because he was wicked when it comes to us. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now, how could you be blinded from your own wickedness? You could be on drugs out your mind. Weed is a drug. You understand? Getting high all day, every day, thinking that you know something when really you don't know a damn thing.
Right.
You understand? Selling drugs. Right? That's your wickedness is blinding you. What else? Selfishness is blinding you. That's a sin. You understand? Individualism will my family, we good. Can't know about nobody else's family, but my family good. That's stupid. You understand? What else? Name something else. Go ahead.
Whoredom.
Good one. Whoredom. So many people so damn preoccupied with technology because they're either a hoe looking for a trick or a trick looking for a hoe.
Right.
You understand? Well, you're blinded by what? Your own lust. Some people are blinded by they lust to join America. They lust to actually finally one day change these people.
Right.
You know, the Lord said that they crooked and you can't make them straight. He made them like that. Your ass can't make them crooked. He made them that way. Same way he made you, how he made you, he made them crooked. Can't change them. That's it. Right?
Right.
Read on.
Come. Verse 22. As for the mysteries of God.
Now, if you wanted to know about the mysteries of God, I'll give you a glimpse into them. Go ahead.
They knew them not.
Here's a mystery of God. Hate your enemy. Hate your enemy. Never trust your enemy. That's a mystery. Like, that's mysterious to a nigga today, ain't it?
Right.
Jesus Christ is black. It's damn near common knowledge. But God hates too. That's a mystery. What did you say? God don't love every nation on this earth. That's a mystery.
Right.
Who the Israelites are is a mystery.
Right.
Right? The Israelite school of I.S.U.P.K was shown this mystery. Now the facts is just the facts. It's just a fact. You understand? These type of mysteries of God, they didn't know. Look, it's mysterious. What's a mystery? How to end gang violence has been a mystery since gangs played our community, right? Mm-hmm. How do you end gang violence? Love, go ahead.
Coming to the law, statutes, and
Man, that's how you do it. There's a law that says love your neighbor as yourself.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna love my brother like I love myself. So then I won't gangbang on him. He won't gangbang on me. That's it. There's also other things in the Bible that help gangs. Chill out. What's one? Here's one. If I was the head of a gang and I took half of my gang's wealth and I brought it as a peace offering, a sincere peace offering. First, I told all my soldiers never attack them again. Ever. You understand? And until all of this blows over, don't go into their territory whatsoever. Mind the line. Do not go over there whatsoever. That's our bargain of peace. We're going to get out of your neighborhood and let you heal from what we did to you. You understand? You won't see no more red in your neighborhood.
Right.
You won't see no more of that. You'll stay out. And we are not going to shoot at y'all no more. You understand? If we drive through your neighborhood, we're going to do it peacefully. We will not shoot at y'all no more.